show him the single step, the single shuffle. All you're doing is shuffling.
Are you hitting your heel as you kick it forward there?
I'm hitting the front of my foot more than the heel.
Okay.
Do it a little bit faster. And you can practice that, and until you kind of hear the dunk 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 dunk, and it takes a little doing. And if you don't get it, perfect, as long as your foot kind of looks like you're shuffling.
So you're hitting the front of your foot twice.
I am, on the way up and the way back.
Okay.
But now do it up to speed and see what actually happens.
I end up always scooting backwards.
Oh yeah, you kind of see once she starts bouncing her body, it does other things to it. But the basic shuffle step is just it's like a tap dance step or something. I'm sure they would say, but that's your basic. You can always go back to that, no matter what else you do.
Cool.
You can always go back to that basic shuffle. Okay, now stop a minute. Now, the basic thing you do is a 3-count step, step, step. And so they started them out in the beginning, teaching them how to just go side to side, showing the step, 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 step. Just a real simple, flat step, step, step. And you kind of get that in your head. And then you raise your heel up. Don't put that heel down, see? Step, step, step. The second 2 steps, you keep your heel raised up. And this is where it ties into what Pumpkin was doing. She leaves that one heel up as she's going. You'll see that on your other videos.
Like her sticker foot.
Yes,
Okay.
Step, 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 okay? You just practice that step, step, step with that heel up. Okay, turn back around this way. And now she's going to put a shuffle in between the step, step, step. Shuffle, step, step. Shuffle, step, step. Shuffle, step, step. See it?
That's where my brain starts locking up. Okay. Thank goodness for video.
So go back to the step, 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 Emily. Step, step, step. Step, step, step. Okay, now stop at the end of a step, step, step. Okay, now, see, if she's at a step, 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 she stopped. Okay, this is where she's going to do the shuffle, step, step. Yeah, sorry. Okay, it's shuffle as you step another.
Shuffle, step,
step, step.
Shuffle,
Step, step. Yeah, that's better. Step, step, step. So you still got your step, step, step.
Really, it's just like, instead of just stepping to the side, you're going out and then to the side.
Okay.
Step, 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 shuffle, step, 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 shuffle, step, step, step.
And this is still a jig.
Yeah.
You're just making it
It's
more...
a basic clogging step. I think they call the double. You had the singles with the single shuffles, and then this would be a double. But it's when you look at all the different jig dancers, they're doing a form of this double step. And so when Emily brings that up to speed, without bouncing too much. Yeah, I know.
She
Do
can't...
you want to show them in place first?
Oh yeah, okay. Eventually you quit going side to side so much, you back off on that and you start doing the step, step, step closer.
Okay.
So you're not, but the veering back and forth emphasizes in your mind the step, step, step,
Get the rhythm in your body.
Right. And so you start step, shuffle, step, 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 shuffle, step, 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 see? Now speed it up just a little bit so it looks a little different when you get to going a little faster, but
Yeah, and then if this is the point where I always start sliding backwards with my heel, can't help it.
yeah, just her body momentum makes it look different, and so everybody's going to look different at this point, but they're still doing the same step, step, step. Now, show him,
Well, I got lost there.
you have to probably go across the kitchen floor, but show him What Pumpkin was doing
Oh, okay.
is the exact same thing that Emily just did. Well, stop right here, stay right here, start here and go across.
Oh, okay.
With her heel sticker thing, raising her heel up.
Mm-hmm.
Step, 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 step. It's the exact same thing Pumpkin was doing, only instead of doing the shuffle in place, she's stepping forward with her
So
shuffle.
instead of like this, it's
She was
Okay.
just going forward. So it's the
Alright.
exact same thing, only when you jig in place, you're just not stepping forward or sideways, you're just shuffling in that one spot. Step, 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 step.
I guess you
See
actually
how
have to
that
hit
works?
the floor twice.
You don't really have to, as long as your foot looks like it's shuffling. Now, if you get like you're wanting them to hear your steps, like Steve Green, then
Yeah.
or if you're annoying your mother like you do and jig dancing really loud. But now, I mean, from that you can do like the side step, the 4-count side step, shuffle. And 4, shuffle 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, shuffle 1 and 2. So all she's doing is holding that sticker foot 4 counts. You just go one side, and the way they broke that down for them was when you do your sideways step, step, step. Take it. There you go. 4 step. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They start out with that real exaggerated back and forth.
Uh-huh.
And like you don't have to do 2 or 4. A lot of times I'll accidentally do like 6. Let me see, here's 1. You don't have to keep it even.
Most
really.
songs, the parts are in 8-count parts, and
Right.
so they break the steps down into logical 2 or 4
Yeah.
or 8 combinations. But yeah, if you end up on the wrong beat, you're just going to have a couple of shuffles in there to get yourself
Yeah.
back
Uh-huh.
with the tune.
And
You'll
I do
hear
that.
it.
I do
you
that
know.
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm hardly ever right on, but
Well,
It's
and that
kinda-
would be more clogging anyway. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
with a jig. You
Yeah,
just,
you just
do
do whatever.
So the jig you're playing with, you're playing with 3/4 time or 6/8 time music, or
4/4 or 2/4
4/4 2/4 with the jig.
Mhm.
for like a jig. Well, jig or hoedown, hoedown jig
Hoedown.
or like jig.
Yeah, like an
Yeah.
Irish jig is going to be different.
Yeah, like I don't really know how to do that.
Yeah.
Well, see, on the Boron, you're playing a jig, and it's in 3/4
Yeah,
or
like a
6/8 or
real
9/8.
jig. What we
Yeah.
refer to as a jig is not
Yeah.
really a jig.
No, yeah, the jig dances are actually hoedowns.
Hoedowns. Yeah.
Around here. So they're, what'd you say, 2/4, 4/4?
Yeah, I would call what I do flat foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
But they always refer to it as jig dancing around here. So,
Mhm.
but yeah.
So that last thing you did, where you were holding it 4 counts,
Mm-hmm.
you're playing that with
A hoedown.
Yeah.
which is
Like a
in what
2/4,
time? 2/4
2/4
4/4.
4/4.
So everything you've done is in 2/4 or 4/4.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.